Hello, everybody. This is Tom Hunyadi, and this is the live edition of Two Legs, a Paul McCartney podcast. I'm here with my buddy Andy Nichols. Andy, what's going on, brother?
We made it. We got to the
We made
last,
it.
the top 20 countdown, as they used to say on the FM dial in those days.
Right. Another series coming to an end. We're having a lot of fun with these series since we've started the ranking the tracks last year, and loving everybody that's been participating with these series with us. And I thought, why not, have a few friends and some colleagues and some listeners that have been joining in on this wonderful series that we've been having with, and invite them on and get to hear their top 20 favorite McCartney songs, because this is what this is. This is episode 5 of our 101 favorite McCartney songs. And we've got 4 people with us right now. We might have a couple more if they can connect. But first up, we got the Queen. We all know the Queen. She's my Talk More Talk co-host. She was the very first guest on Two Legs back when that other guy was co-hosting with me. We won't mention him, but but anyways, Kid O'Toole, how you doing? It's great to see you.
Oh, it's great to be here. This is going to be so fun. Although I was saying before we went on the air that I sent Tom an animation of a woman tearing her hair out trying to do this. This is hard. This is really hard. So I tip my hat to you and Andy for putting this list together. Boy, is this tough.
Yeah.
but
This guy,
gotta do it.
This guy in August had his 101 written out on a pad in his office. I'm like, really, dude? You got your songs ranked already? Freaking guy.
I just had the list. I didn't necessarily have them ranked.
You still had it, though. But thank you, kid. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Next up, we've got the man who did the theme music for Two Legs since Andy started. He did a wonderful rendition of Sing Along Junk in 1985, and Karina Kaur, one of my favorites, and Dylan Seavey. He's just a wonderful person. So glad that I've met this individual, and don't screw this up now. I'm telling you. Dylan Seavey, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I usually screw everything up, so we'll see how that worked out. Right now, my internet seems like it might be screwing up. If y'all can hear and see me okay, then I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Yeah, we can hear and see you, but it is a little spotty, but don't worry about it just yet. No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, we really don't need to see you anyways.
I agree.
Just kidding. Next up, he was the second person that ever reached out to us and told us that he liked the show, and I really appreciate that. He's been one of our longest listeners. That's Ed Crawford. He's better known as, they call me Mr. Broadstreet, who just started his channel a few months back, and he came on and we did a defending the Broad Street film, and he showed us all these wonderful Broad Street memorabilia that I'm really just jealous of. The video game, for one. I mean, who has
yes,
that?
If you have a Commodore, you have that game. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
Exactly. Ed, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Just an honor to be on with everybody, and thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You got it, my friend. And last but surely not least, he is, if you want to know anything about Badfinger, this is the guy to go to. He is just a wealth of knowledge about Badfinger, and of course the Beatles and solo Beatles as well. His name is Tom Brennan. Tom joined us on an episode, I think it was last year, about bootlegs, and you can check that out on a past episode. And Tom, how we doing, buddy?
Doing good. Thanks.
Yeah, you got it, my friend. Before we get started, I just want to ask Kit, Dylan, and Ed, and Tom real quick about this top 20. Was this top 20 for you? I know Ed and Dylan, you guys have been, I think, participating this whole time. But Kit, was this a difficult challenge for you to do 20?
Yes, it was extremely hard. Even though, I've been playing along with you guys and really having fun on this adventure with you. But wow, narrowing this down to 20 was tough, but I tried to, use different criteria in terms of,
Right.
personal connection to some of the songs is, that they mean something personally to me.
Right.
Were they critically and commercially successful, in terms of artistic merit? I tried to factor all of those things into
Gotcha.
my choices. So those are the main things that I use. But wow, I just I think right up until we went on the air, I was rearranging and rearranging. So it was
Very good.
so yeah, you guys
Yeah.
this set quite a challenge for
Right.
us.
Yeah. Tom, you've been a fan for a long time of Paul McCartney's. Was the top 20 easy for you to map out?
Oh, definitely. The top 20 is a lot easier than the rest of the 100.
Right.
Because all I had to do is pick the songs that I never get tired of. the songs I can play over and over and never
Right.
get fatigued by it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the factors for me too. I mean, what songs do I keep on repeat?
Right.
That was very easy for me too. Ed, how about you, buddy?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was. As I said before we went on the air, just basically something that stuck with me the longest. I think that's what I went with. But yeah, it's very tough. I mean, there's some you definitely could change out, but that's really what I went with when doing the top 20 list.
Gotcha. Okay. And Mr. Mute guy over there, you want to try talking and see if you can let us know how you handled your top 20?
Yeah, I hope this is all working because your
Yeah,
audio
keep
and
going.
video keep lagging pretty horribly for me. But I mostly just picked my 20 favorite. The objective versus subjective argument is such a crazy one to consider, and it's one that I'm really fascinated with. So I didn't overthink it. I made a list of whatever the 700 songs I really love, and slowly whittled it down. And I was really surprised by what I came up with, and I'm really fascinated to see what y'all have too. I know what two of you already have already though, because I am a deep covert agent spy and have access to all of my files.
There you go. Very, very
Yeah,
good.
you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Andy, talk about the top 20 for you. Was this easy? I mean, for me, the top 20 was the easiest part of this ranking.
Easiest part of the whole thing. In fact, when I did the 101, I actually started with the top 20 favorites because it was the easiest way to do it for me.
Right.
Just to go through, okay, which ones do I play the most? And honestly, just sorting my iTunes and going, oh, I've played that song 365 times. So that's
Right.
going to be that's going to be
That's
one of
a
the
good
20.
sign that you like it, huh?
I'd say so. So iTunes is a wonderful feature with that. So you can see, and actually in 20 years, I've played that song how many hundreds of times. So the top 20 for me was fairly easy. It's those other 81 that was a kind of a bit of a pain in the butt.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Andy and I, we've been going back and forth with who's first. I'm going to be first this week. Andy will be last this week. However, the way I see you guys on my screen, that's the order we will go. So it'll be myself, Kid O'Toole, Dylan Seavey, Ed, and Tom Brennan. Okay, and then followed with Andy last. So we're going to get this party started because, there's 6 of us and, 6 of us like to talk about these songs. So we're going to try not to make this a 3-hour tour. So let's get started here. My number 20. If people listening or watching, you want to start with your countdown, please start. And my 20 is a song that's when we got this box set, it just floored me because I'm not really the biggest bootleg guy, but that's The Lovers That Never Were from the Flowers in the Dirt box set. the demo CD. So the second bonus disc, I just absolutely fell in love with this track. And I mean, I've only had it 4 or 5 years now, and it's just blown me away. I play this track a lot. The vocals from Paul McCartney are just some of the rawest vocals I've heard from him throughout. And then you throw in the harmonies from Elvis Costello, and it just for me makes a great song. And I wish it just would have been left alone, and just put out just like that. But of course you got to mess with it. So that's my number 20 is The Lovers That Never Were, the demo from CD2 of the Flowers in the Dirt box set. Now we're going to the Queen for her number 20.
All right. Well, starting number 20 is Listen to What the Man Said.
All right.
I just think great. Thank you, Andy. Great. So you approve. Great. Just some great melody. Great pop here. Love the jazzy horn in the middle. It's just classic pop from Paul. It's one of the first, when I was really getting into, learning about his solo career. This is one of the first songs I really gravitated toward when I was, learning about his greatest hits and everything. And I just think it still sounds great now. And I find myself, just still reaching for it. And he is just so good at writing this catchy stuff. Really. So that is my number 20.
Excellent. All right. Dylan CB, your 20, please.
Oh, Dylan. Oh. Is he frozen? Poor Dylan. Come on, man.
End of the end. I'm not sure what I can say about. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Go.
Now we can.
Now we can.
Is it now? Okay.
I think it was the end of the end.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to keep talking. Sorry. At the end of the end, I'm not sure what I can say about it. That hasn't been said. It's got stunning lyrics. He's really been this direct, this vulnerable. The only thing that I'll add, because I'm sure it's going to be talked more about later, is that I'm so glad that it's just piano with a smaller string arrangement, because I don't think it would be half as poignant if it had an overblown arrangement like, an Only Love Remains or something like that. It's really tasteful. It's really beautiful. So I love it.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Dylan. Ed, we're moving to you. What's your number 20, buddy?
All right. Well, this was actually one of my previous comments. I figured it would be a top 25, but it's definitely, I wanted to put it at the top 20 and start off with this one, Kicked Around No More.
Wow.
Just a very
deep cut,
sublime off the ground track. It should have been a single. Wonderfully sung, great, just a really amazing song. It's a shame that it was relegated to B-side status. Just very amazing. So that's
excellent.
That's what I'm going with for number 20.
Excellent. Love it. Tom.
My number 20 is one of my favorite Wings 45 mixes, and it's Letting Go.
Ah, very cool.
Venus and Mars.
Now, you doing the studio or the live?
The studio.
Okay.
45 mix. I really like that mix because it's drier and it's not as reverby as the album version. And as far as the song itself, I like the horn parts. That's one of the best parts of the song.
What do we call that, kids?
We call that a horngasm, Tom. I can say it on this show.
Yes, you can.
I didn't want to mention
it. All right, Andy, you're number 20, buddy. Nice pick, Tom.
Nice pick, Tom Brennan. Real quick before my top 20, just a little hint. The 7 of my top 20 are non-album singles or B-sides. And number 20 for me is one of those, and that would be What Does She Get for All the Love She Gave You? Daytime, Nighttime, Suffering. And Tom had that last week, and I believe that was the lower half of his top, the bottom 20 there. And man, one of the best B-sides Paul's ever done. I think he really loves the song too. I know he thinks a lot of it. Fantastic bass riff groove throughout that whole thing, harmonizing, vocalizing. Linda's on it. Just a great track. It opens up with What Does She Get with Full of Love She gave you, and it ends the same way. Beautiful.
Ends the same way. Yes. Yeah, we talked about that last week. One of the great parts of the song, starting and ending the same way. Love it.
Same way. Number 20.
Yeah. Okay, moving to 19 for me. My favorite track from Egypt Station, and that's Dominoes. Right off the bat, I was really shocked at how favorably I reacted to this track, because it's not really as catchy as maybe some of the other tracks, but I just really loved the lyrics and what he had to say throughout the song, and I loved the production from this track as well. The chorus, like the dominoes are falling. I just think that's was some really good words from McCartney. And I think he's still proved that he was a really good lyricist, well into his 70s, and a track that I still look forward to listening to when I play Egypt Station, or just if it comes on my iPod. Just a great track altogether.
I think you had most of Egypt Station scattered throughout your 101 songs.
I sure did. And if we had another 50, there probably would have been even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 19 for me was Dominoes. So now we're going to move to the Queen.
All right. Number 19 for me is With a Little Luck, the album version, not the single version.
Very good.
Oh, be still Andy's heart. This is another sentimental favorite for me. This is another one that I've just always adored. It's Paul just being absolutely sentimental, and I love it. I love it. I love the keyboards on this. Beautifully produced. With those harmonies that he and Wings were just so good at. With that whooshing sound, it's just just a fantastic pop cut. So good at that Paul was just a master at doing. So that's my number 19. The album version.
This is me giving Kit a virtual hug for that.
Right back at you, my friend.
Oh my God. You couldn't have said it any better. That was fantastic. Bravo.
So unfortunately, our buddy Dylan is having some internet connection issues. If he's able to come back, we'll have him continue with his countdown. But we're going to move to Ed now for his number 19.
All right. Well, my number 19, Big Barn Bed. Just an amazing opening track from Red Rose Speedway. Some really great Wings harmonies. It always just punches through for me. And, for the longest time hearing it, and I didn't get to hear it until, as a fellow Gen X, until the early 90s, whenever it came out on CD. But that track just always grabbed me right away, right from the beginning. So that's my number 19. Just very solid, incredibly good track. Good little rocking track in my view.
Gotcha. All right. Kit, Gary missed your number 19. What was your 19 again?
Number 19 was With a Little Luck.
There you go.
The album version.
The album version.
The album version. Right. Yes.
Right.
Thank you, Andy.
Yes. Okay. Tom Brennan, you are next. You're 19, buddy.
My 19 is a B-side that should have been an A-side, and that's Wings, Daytime, Nighttime Suffering.
Hey. Excellent.
I was thinking if they had saved that for an A-side, maybe they could have put Cage or some song on the B-side.
Right.
We could have had another rare track.
I think maybe it could have been a successful A-side. It's definitely catchy enough. Especially with the woman's movement, of that time, maybe a few years earlier, maybe, or 10 years earlier, maybe. So yeah, absolutely. 19 was Daytime Nighttime Suffering for Tom. Nice pick. That's definitely a great track to be put in the top 20. I definitely would not argue with that. Andy, do you want to see if you want to put the link in the comments to see if Tony can try there or not? I mean,
let me try. Hold on. I've never done this in the middle of our show, but I can do it here. Let's see.
Okay.
That should work, I think. Right there's the link.
All right.
There we go. Okay.
Now, Tony, click on that link, and only Tony, please.
Well, listen, I'm the one who lets people in, so you can try,
Right,
but you ain't gonna get in.
Right. So click on that link, type in your name, wait until you see yourself, and then if Andy sees you, then he'll let you in, and we'll see if your audio is okay.
All right, Dylan is popped back on. Looks like he's on maybe another device. We're gonna re-add him now.
Okay.
And see if he's got some better.
Yes.
That looks better.
That looks better.
Yeah. Hopefully it's working now.
Okay, so
So
Dylan, you're
sorry about
19,
that, guys.
please. You're 19.
My
please.
19. It's like I never left. My 19 is Country Dreamer.
Wow.
Mama's Little Girl I had in contention here too. But I really wanted to get one of these sorts of songs on, the wonderful country-ish sort of slice of music. Just great acoustic work, pedal steel. He's never sounded better, in my opinion, doing, jumping from one octave to another octave, Then you got the classic Wings harmonies. It's not by any means a top 20 composition, but as a recording, it's absolutely one of my favorites. I love it.
Excellent. Okay. Excuse me. Moving right along. Dylan, now I'm going to 18. This was Dylan's 20. My 18 is End of the End. I
didn't give you 19.
Oh,
we
forgot Billy Preston.
I'm only the co-host. Don't worry about me.
I know.
19
Andy,
19 for me. I'm going to go with Jet from Band on the Run. Poppy hook has all the hooks in it. Thank you, kid, with the 2 thumbs up. all the earmarks and benchmarks of a classic mid 1970s pop song, right from the horns from the beginning. Yeah, everything about that song. Perfectly produced. 4 minutes and change, great single, and worked live so well. But the God, I could never. That's a song that I never. And again, it was a big hit, and it gets a lot of airplay. And I know we always talk about fatigue factor with a lot of songs. Like I can tell you, Band on the Run's not in my top 20, but Jet is one of those mega hits that I don't get tired of.
Great. Yeah, I think that was number three hit for Paul and Wings. So yeah, great pick at number 19, and that's Jet. Now I can go to 18. Thank you. Going to 18, like I said, it was Dylan's number 20, and that was End of the End. Like Dylan said, which was perfect. It's stripped down. It's not this big production. It's not a bridge over troubled water. It's just a perfect, really raw, stripped down, like you said, piano and a little orchestration there. And the lyric, I mean, his vocals too. I mean, you really feel what the emotion in his voice when he's singing that, and that's kind of the song that is great for his vocals now. I mean, we talk about his vocals and how maybe weak they're getting. These kind of songs with what's the one from New that I talk about? Damn it, why am I drawing a blank? Anyways, his vocals are great on that, and I love it. So my 18 is End of the End. It's just so emotional. You get choked up every time you hear it. And unfortunately, that day is going to come because, death is batting 1,000.
And we lost Dylan again.
Yeah.
Dylan, turn on the mobile hotspot. Oh. And I think we've got another guest here. Susan finally figured it out. So let's add Susan add Susan to winner's row here. Come on down.
All right.
And Dylan's back again.
Hey!
Susan! And Dylan. Wow, man.
Dylan.
Ed's got the center square.
I hate everything.
Susan, how are you?
I'm
And we
good.
just need two
Jay.
more for the Brady Bunch.
Yes.
That's it.
Susan, well, I'm at 18, but we're gonna let you get to we're gonna let you tell us your 20 or 19 so you can catch up real quick.
Oh, okay. 20 I've got Here Today. 19 I've got Dominoes.
Excellent. Well,
Wow.
we were tied there. Dominoes
We were
at
just
19.
talking
I love
about
it.
that.
Now, was that
Yep.
your favorite track from each of station as well?
No, my favorite track is at 18.
Wow. Well, we're gonna have to get to that in a second. So, my 18 was End of the End, right? Yes.
Yes.
Queen, you're next for 18.
Okay, for 18, I have coming up, but I'm sorry. I know this isn't the cool thing to say anymore, but I've always liked the live version better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In fact, this is going to be a refrain in my list that I have other songs that I'm going to say the live version.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
this is one. What time?
No, go ahead.
No. Just that, yeah, I've just always liked the live version. I love the energy, the crowd getting into it. Paul's vocals, he just does that, that roughness to his voice in this. And it's just, the energy on this is just off the charts. And I've just always preferred the live version. I mean, I like the studio too, but I'm sorry, I just the live one. It's the first version I ever heard.
And that's an opinion you don't hear anymore too many, kid. Most people like the studio one over the live one. So
I know it's not cool. It's not cool.
No,
anymore.
but that's the version you heard and fell in love with. So you got to
Say
say
with
true
the
to
number
that.
one. That's the version that with the number one as well.
Exactly. It's what I fell in love with. So I have to go with the live version.
Yep. Fair enough. All right. Susan, it is your turn for 18.
Number 18, Frank Sinatra's Party.
Oh, wow.
I love that song. I loved it the first time I heard it.
Excellent.
Oh
Nice
man,
pick.
in the top 20 all time. That is brave.
You
Very
bet.
good for you.
Now, Susan, how long have you been a solo McCartney fan?
Since 1970.
Okay.
I'm a first generation Beatle fan.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
We're not worthy.
Sullivan Show, whole 9 yards.
Now, did you start buying stuff as they were coming out?
The
Starting
very
in
first
70?
record. Oh yeah, I bought them all along the way. And I bought all the Beatle records along the way. The very first record I got in 1964 was "She Loves You" on Swan, 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, do you still have it?
Oh yeah, still plays.
Wow.
lot of pops and scratches, but it still plays.
That's awesome. Okay, where are we at? We're with Ed at number 18.
All right. Well, I hate to, especially after such a great track like that, but you talk about overplayed for most hardcore fans. I can't deny the power of the song. I'm gonna go there, but yeah, Band on the Run.
Okay.
Hey, that's fair. Fair enough.
If I ever get out of here, probably that middle section, probably the favorite of all time. But I can't deny the power of the song, and I had to put it on there.
Okay, I appreciate that and respect that. Tom Brennan, let's go with your 18.
18 is Silly Love Songs. Great bass part, great vocals, and once again, orgasm.
Perfect.
There you go, Tom.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
hear ya.
Love it. Okay, Andy, 18.
18. We're going to a 1980s B-side, and that would be the B-side to Once Upon a Long Ago, which would be Back on My Feet.
Excellent.
Nice.
Which is, I think Tom brought it up, I think a week or two ago. Back on My Feet is just one of those perfect songs that will put you in the right mood. It's bubbly, it's poppy, the piano riff in it, all those kind of British, there's a lot of British slang in that song, Plastic Mac and all that stuff.
Right.
And it is the song just to put you in the right mood. You can obviously tell where Elvis Costello brought his contribution to the song based upon hearing that demo that came out with the Flowers in the Dirt box set. He kind of refined the lyrics a little bit more, but the core of that song is just the kick-ass piano bouncy melody. You know, how many days will the wet weather last? You know, all those things. You know,
Right.
I absolutely love the feel-good vibes of Back on My Feet for many, many years. It's a song that'll put you in a great mood, and never ever tire of it.
Excellent. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, 17. My favorite track from New, and that's Alligator. I think it's, for me, right up there, catchiness with the track New. However, I tend to like the lyrics better. I love the falsetto side of when he does, could you be the person for me? Would you, dare to turn the key? I love that bit. I love the verses of that too. I want somebody to come home. I can give my alligator to. Just a fun lyric, fun line, and just shows, I think, McCartney's playful side. Because I think that's how I consider the song: a fun, playful, silly, sometimes maybe, but great stuff from McCartney. And nice 17 is Alligator once again. So Kid O'Toole, 17 for you, please.
All right, I'm loving all these in the comments. Some of these that are mentioned, they are coming up, no pun intended, in my list very soon. All right, number 17, maybe one that also isn't cool, but Good Night Tonight. I love the bass. The bass on this song is killer. Yep, I mean, it is killer.
Yeah.
Love the percussion and Lawrence Juber's flamenco guitar. I mean, come on. I just love all of it, and it's just something I fell in love with from the first time I heard it. And if you want to call it disco, fine. But to me, it's just a well put together song, well produced, catchy lyrics, and just beautifully played.
Excellent, great pick. Can't go wrong with that. Susan, you're 17, please.
Well, mine is Dear Friend from Wildlife. And
Okay.
I like the version on the album, and I also like the download that they had on the McCartney site, the orchestra up version. That was really good too. But so album one probably preferable.
Got you. Now, did you get a sense that song was about John when you first hearing it?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Back at the time, back in the day, that's it was all pretty clear. It was pretty clear about How Do You Sleep. It was pretty clear about Dear Friend. Even though I know apparently Dear Friend predates.
Right. Yes.
How Do You Sleep?
Yep. Very true. Okay. Very good. Ed, you're 17.
All right, my number 17. Well, the album version, but this has previously been mentioned. Letting Go, sizzling track from Venus and Mars. It just always shines. It's a great little rocking track. I've always enjoyed it. I didn't get to hear the single version until the box set came out, but I've always enjoyed the album version. Great track, great vocals overall.
Excellent. All right, cool. Tom?
My number 17 is Hi Hi Hi, the studio version.
Okay.
I just love the slide guitar on that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The Henry's guitar playing on it.
Isn't it great? Polygon or body gun? What do you think it is?
Polygon.
Okay.
Polygon, because it makes more sense with Sea Moon. They're
Right.
both sheep.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. I love it. Okay. Andy, 17 for you.
17 for me. Going to go a little sentimental here, and I'm going with Here Today from the Tug of War album for obvious choices, because at the end of the day, despite all the crap and who wrote what and who did what, it's about John and Paul and why we love both of these guys, and he doesn't say it any better than he does in that song. And man, it just it's a hard, it tugs on the heartstrings, that song, and for obvious reasons, I think it's worthy of a top 20 selection. I hope somebody else has it maybe in their top 20. I think it's definitely up there, for sure. And if I said I really knew you well, what would the answer be? It's everything about it is should be all in the top 20. And God, yeah, again, one that actually I can't listen to all that often, to be honest with you, but it should be in there.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Ringo Rama, have you got 20 to
Yeah.
17 you want to knock out real quick?
Okay. Number 20 is This Loving Game, B-side from Chaos Era.
Okay.
Number 19,
Excellent.
House of Wax, my favorite from Memory Almost Full. Number 18, Only Our Hearts from the Kiss on the Bottom era. Number
Wow.
17, Wanderlust, one of those
Oh.
classics from Tug of War.
So you're going with the Tug of War version?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right. Going to 16 now. Here we go. The studio version, I'm going with the album closer, 1985. This song just cooks for me. I just love the beginning piano riff. I love his vocals throughout this, but the best part for me really is the searing guitar solos at the end of the track. It just really shows McCartney as a guitarist. I think he just really shines, and man, I cannot get tired. I know it's on the album that we all have fatigue factor on that, but 1905 just
But
smokes
no
it.
way.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
fatigue factor on that
You
song.
don't get fatigue in that song. It just cooks. It just cooks too much. And Psycho's Platters, nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Kid O'Toole, your 16, please.
1985
Whoa!
just missed the top
Damn it.
20.
Oh,
Really?
adjustment.
I-
Oh, man.
That's one of the ones I had to painfully cut.
Ah.
Oh man. All right, number 16. This is one that you guys, I think you guys mentioned it last week, and I was like, oh, this is going to make my top 20, is Heart of the Country.
Oh, right.
I love Heart of the Country. Sentimental favorite for me. Whenever I am driving and visiting Wisconsin, driving in the rural
You look
areas,
high and then look low. You're looking everywhere to go when you're driving.
I always blast this song. It's just charming. I love Paul's, sort of country tunes, and this is my favorite. It's so simple, but it works. Love is scatting, and I just this has always just been a personal favorite of mine. So Heart of the Country for me.
Excellent. That was 16. Moving right along, Susan, you're 16, please.
Well, it's been brought up before. Silly Love Songs.
Oh.
Just a great song, great bass line, and deserves a high place in his canon.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Yes, I agree 110%. Ed, 16, please.
All right, 16. I'm going to go with Footprints. Just a mesmerizing and hypnotic ballad from Press to Play 1986. I think the lyrics, the imagery of the snow, everything, just an amazing song. Really a very underlooked gem in his career, in my view.
Oh, White Blankets. Yes. Great track. Great track. Tom, you're 16, please.
Band on the Run, studio version.
Okay. Now, did fatigue factor ever enter into your picking this song for use? Or is it a song that you can listen to as many times as you want?
Yeah, I don't get fatigue on that one. Other songs like Let 'Em In, that one I got fatigue on.
Okay, but this is the track
not
that
Band on the Run, because there's so many different parts to it.
Right. Okay. Very good. I like it. And I respect that. I mean, listen, Band on the Run, #1 hit. I mean, you can't go wrong with having it in your top 20. I definitely agree with you. Ringo Rama, 16.
Number 16, Daytime, Nighttime Suffering. It's just one of his best B-sides. It really should have been on Back to the Egg.
Okay. Excellent.
Yes, it should have.
Yeah. Andy, 16.
16 for me. 16 for me. Okay, another single. Okay, and you knew this was going to be in there somewhere. Bam. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Yes, it's in my top 20. Yes, it's in my top 20, people, and I don't care what you think. I love this song, and I have played this song in this 45 for decades, and I do not get tired of it. La La's, I'll have them all. Give me more of them. I love this song, and I don't care what anybody says. It's a top 20.
That's a bold statement, my friend.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
The music is great on that song. Listen, read Adrian Allen's analysis of that song.
And that's a great point, Tom Brennan. We had Adrian. It's actually pretty complex. It has a lot of key changes in it towards the last half of the song, and it's not as simple as you think it is. So that's why the awesomeness of this song is. Listen to how it's structured, especially the second half of the song, where the key changes really go up. That's where it excels.
Do you have the alternate version? The one do you have the German version too? I think it's German.
Yeah, it's a little longer.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a little longer phase. So yeah, it's a little bit of a longer version. So yeah, that's in my top 20.
All right. Hey, each their own. 15. We're going to 15. My 15 is, I think, the song that should have been the first single off Back to the Egg, and then through me. I just love, yes. Lyrically, it's great. I think McCartney's singing is great. I just love the synth work in that track, and love the video for it as well. And Paul's vocals are just so smooth on that track. And like I said, I think this could have done better as the lead-off single rather than the second single. But hey, you know what? We can't turn back the clock, can we? So 15 for me is Arrow Through Me. Love, love, love that track. Kid O'Toole, your 15, please.
Okay, number 15, Ballroom Dancing, the Broad Street version. Wave the sword! Wave the sword!
Yes.
I just, first of all, this is just a great song anyway, but I just thought the Broad Street version had a little more punch to it for some reason. I just thought that I just always, and maybe it's because I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if it's the first version I heard of it. It may have been. But I've just always, for some reason, thought it had a little more oomph to it. But just a fun song. Great rocker, and I've just always enjoyed the lyrics. I just think Paul did such fun. Ballroom dancing made a man of me.
Sailing,
love
sailing down the Nile in a China cup.
just great stuff. Always loved the track.
Excellent. 15 for Susan.
Well, some people love it, some people hate it, but for me, it's not Christmas till I hear Wonderful Christmas Time.
Wow.
That's my number 15.
Wow.
You go, Susan. I love it.
Hey.
That almost made my top 20, so I'm with
you. Hey.
Love it. I love it.
Excellent. Wow. All right, Ed. 15.
All right, number 15 for me. Amazing Rings Rocker off of London Town. This should have been a top 10 hit, in my opinion. I've had enough. Great song, great rocker.
Wow.
I also enjoy the video off of it.
Wow.
Amazing song.
Okay, excellent. Tom, 15, buddy.
No Words from the Band on the Run album, written by Denny
Good.
Lane. And I think Paul wrote the bridge on that one.
Awesome.
Love the
Good
guitar solo at the end, but it's too short. It should have kept
It
going.
is.
Right. That's one of those songs that like feeling groovy, from Paul, from Simon and Garfunkel, where it's like it's under 2 minutes long, and you're like, one more verse or something, please. No Words is definitely way too short as well. Okay, Ringo Rama, what do you got for 15?
Number 15, No Values from Broad Street. One of his best rock tunes ever.
Ooh.
Especially the one with the reprise at the end. It's so sad that reprise, you really think they're going to come into a rock and then it just closes out.
Right.
Some Broad Street love. I'm enjoying this.
Oh, Ed's happy. Ed's happy. Ed's real happy. He's very happy.
Anyways, Tony, can you want to? How you doing? First of all.
Can we?
Looks like your
Hey,
audio's not
man.
working.
Great to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Your audio's not
You're a little sluggish there, bud. He's moving now,
earbuds?
but I can't. No, we
Yeah,
can
you just
hear
got a
now.
delay. Kind of delay, but try one more time.
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but you're in a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, try coming out and come back in, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try coming out and come back in. Okay.
Okay. So,
Carry on.
Andy, that leaves 15 for you.
B-side time again, and we're going with Wings, and we're going with the B-side to Mull of Kintyre, Girls' School. One of the
nice.
best rockers of all time. Absolutely best. Crazy lyrics. He would never probably like to defend them now, as his 80-year-old man, what he's talking about. But
Right.
man, this is a great example of Wings being able to rock.
Wait a minute. No, it's in the lyrics book. Of course he's going to talk about it now.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out when we go digging through that sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, a great example of the Wings harmonies in effect here with the ahs and stuff like that
Right.
sprinkled throughout this song. Masterfully done. That's Wings classic, the sound on this. One of the last examples of Wings rocking out with Jimmy McCulloch as a member of the band
Yes.
as well, too.
Hip.
So absolutely love Girls' School.
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hip, hip.
Hip, hip.
All right. That was 15. Now we're moving to 14, and I'm starting it off with the track that started a little bit of a controversy a couple days ago. And we're going with Too Many People. And,
Oh, boy.
Yes. It's just always been a track that I've always gravitated towards when listening to Ram. Just like the, too many people this, too many people that. And,
Now, is it piece of cake or piss off cake?
well, if you play it really, if you listen to it with headphones, like Paul
Well,
suggests in this little clip, it's piss off cake, which I think he clearly says. But I love that. This was your last mistake. You took your lucky break and broken in two. All good stuff from Paul, and just a great track altogether. Too Many People at number 14 for me. Queen, hit it.
All right, number 14, Wanderlust, the tug of war version.
I was just going to ask you, which version?
Ring around, I gotcha. Yeah, beautiful song, even though I couldn't believe when later found out he was writing about being denied for smoking pot. Like, really? I thought it was this all these years, this majestic tale of being
just another drug bust.
Just another drug bust, but that's okay. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous song. Love the orchestration. Paul's vocals on that are just stunning, and love the melody. It's just one of my all-time favorites from him.
Excellent. Love it. That's what, 14 was it?
Yes.
14.
Yes. Susan, 14 for you.
Well, Tom, you said it. Too many people.
Ah,
That's my
excellent.
14. Same reason.
It's fun. It's funny when who would expect to match a song with anybody, because when you give somebody a list like this, you figure it's going to be completely opposite of what you've got, So that's why I love these lists so much.
And that's one of those songs. So many
Right.
songs. That's the great. When I first heard that song, I didn't know the anti-John connection to it. I just liked it as a song. So when you listen to it, if you don't know the connotation behind it and just listen to it as a piece of music, and you don't know the meaning behind it, it might change your view. That's how I first came to listen to it. I didn't know there was a war going on at the time. I just liked it as that was your first mistake and all that stuff. I liked it. It just sounded good.
Right. Excellent. Ed, 14, buddy.
All right, number 14, Tommy's Coming Home, the 1987 demo version.
Wow.
Very nice track.
Does that count?
Always archive.
Does that count?
Are you talking about the archive version?
Yeah, the archive version.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Yeah, the archive version. So the one that's on the box set, the just very great acoustic guitars, very I don't know, kind of Everly Brothers, I guess, would be
Yes,
the word
yes.
for it. But,
Right.
just a really, really great acoustic track. Very enjoyable.
Yes.
So, yes, it's really grown on me.
No, I how that and 20 Fine Fingers were not used on either of those guys' albums in that period just is just jaw dropping. Tom Brennan, 14, please.
Well, now you've done it,
Wow.
Tom.
He had enough.
Yeah,
We'll try to. We'll see if he pops back into the stream. We'll let him on.
Okay.
Tony's popped back. Tony's
You've
popped in
done it
backstage.
now.
Let's see if we can get a better connection out of Tony here before we continue.
All right.
Tony, give us a talk of minute. Let's just test it.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
All right, we can hear you.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay,
Okay.
but we can hear you. But we're gonna before we get to you, Tony, let's go to Ringo
Hello,
Rama
Tom.
and get his 14.
Number 14, Maybe I'm Amazed. One of those songs just never gets old.
Which
Right.
version there, Ringo?
We're talking the studio version,
The regular
Excellent.
one. Okay.
the good
Okay,
version.
very good. Tony, you got a couple seconds to give us your 20 to 14, buddy.
All right. 20 is Junior's Farm, 74. 19 is a B-side. Want You to Fly is my 19. 8
Oh no! Poor Tony.
Sorry, Tone. It's we can't hear you, man.
We don't see you either.
Tom, are you muted? Can't hear you, Tom.
Yeah, we're not having very good luck with connections here tonight.
Well, for most people,
so-
Susan's been a home
Right.
run, and Kit's been a home
Yeah.
run, and Ed's been fine, and so is
Yeah,
Ringo
so-
Rama.
So
Mhm.
apologize to everybody watching. Unfortunately, sometimes this stuff happens.
And Tom's back.
Yay, back.
Here you go. Here you go. Farrell's got the line of the night here from Queen. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh, too funny. Tom, what was
That's
your
it.
14, buddy? What was your 14, brother?
Sorry, my audio went out. I couldn't hear.
Okay, what's your 14, buddy?
My 14 was Wanderlust from Tug of War.
Tug of War version. Okay.
Good
Interesting
version.
choices.
Yeah, everyone's
Yep.
going with that one. I love
Yep,
it.
we match.
Okay, we match. All right, Andy, go ahead, buddy.
What, 14?
Yes.
Someone's gone out fishing, someone's high and dry. Beautiful night, 1997.
It's a beauty.
Yes.
Yeah. The only song from the 1990s or the 2000s in my top 20, actually, right here.
Wow.
Everything else was 70s and 80s. But beautiful night, man. Kind of one of the last Paul's songs they wrote while Linda was still alive. Great video, great message. Done in '86 and done so well with the George Martin orchestration. Beautifully done, of course, on Flaming Pie in 1997. So
Right,
yes,
right.
worthy of a top
It's
20.
definitely one of those tracks that I'm glad that he held on to. It just wasn't marinated enough back in 86, 87. So I'm glad he continue to let it stew in the back pocket and then bring it back. Excuse me.
Yep.
All right, so that was 14. We're on to 13. Now I'm with the studio, or not the studio, the album length, the full length version, if you will, and that's with the Little Luck for my 13 long version. Love the synth middle section of that. It just excites me. I love the positivity of this song. You play the song, you just get a smile on your face. Everything about this song. And excuse me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Still battling a little bit of a cold, but everything about this song is perfect in my opinion. Number one hit to go with number two album. Not bad. Back in '78. So, Kit.
All right. Yeah, good choice there. Number 13 here today. Just what a tearjerker. I mean, the first time I heard this, I just and to this day, I still tear up when I hear this, and it's just such a simple arrangement, to the point lyrics, just so heartfelt. When he started playing this in concert, I was just thrilled because I thought, what took him so long to play? I mean, it was a buried gem for far too long. So, one of my all-time favorites.
Excellent.
Can't go wrong.
Ringo Ramo. We're going with you, buddy. Ringo.
Number 13, Your
Yes.
Loving Flame, Driving Rain.
Oh, wow.
Just one of his best ballads. He's got so many ballads I could have chosen.
Oh,
Yeah, they're on that level. They're on that just classic. Oh, that's a great ballad, and it's another example. Good pick.
Could have been same time next year.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Susan?
My number 13 is Some Days. That always brings a tear to my eyes. It's such a plaintive song.
Yeah. Some days I look with you and you with eyes that shine. I love it. Very, very emotional. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Now I'm going to get a little teary-eyed.
Oh, no.
Ed, your turn, buddy.
All right. Well, number 13 for me, Beware My Love. Just a great deep track for speed of sound. Paul's just really belting out the song. I never get tired of hearing this track. Just the vocals, everything in top form. Just, yeah. All, whatever, 6 minutes of it, whatever. You could have extended it even more, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Excellent. Tom Brennan, 13.
Rock Show from the Venus and Mars Archive collection.
Oh,
version
yes.
1. The long 7-minute version.
Yes. Wow.
That version. Very cool.
Paul wails on that, and it's just great loose jam.
I actually love that pick. Excellent.
I had a hard time picking between that and the other outtake.
Okay.
Both of them are pretty good. But
was that the version where the verses are reversed a little bit? The lyrics are reversed there, Tom. Where on Rock Show or no? I'm trying to remember. I know he some of the verses are inverted on that one of those versions on the box set.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I don't remember don't remember that being different.
Okay. Listen to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. Andy, 13, buddy.
13 for me. Look at my list here. Okay, I'm going to Red Rose Speedway, and it's not the medley. I'm going with Get on the Right Thing, the third track. Love Get on the Right Thing from the Ram era. Man, that song just kicks. I absolutely love Get on the Right Thing. Guitar playing on it, the vocals, screaming vocals on it. Get on the Right Thing. Just an awesome early Heavier Wings song. Love Get on the Right Thing. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Believe me, it's so.
That's right.
Good, yes.
Absolutely. That's not the last song from Red Rose Speedway, though.
Of course it's not. 12. You know what? I'm there. I'm on Red Rose Speedway right now at 12, and this is the song Henry McCullough is going to be known for the rest of the time, and that's My Love. I still get a kick out of the track My Love. I just think that guitar solo from Henry is just very moving. The whoa woes don't bother me a bit. I'll take even another round of whoa whoa woes.
Do you like whoa whoa woes or do you like la 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 la's? I mean, which ones do you like?
Whoa whoa woes were a lot. Whoa whoa woes I like a little bit more.
Whoa.
Anyways, yeah, only My Love holds the other key to me. Love it. 12, My Love. Kit.
All right. I'll tell you, so many of the songs you guys have been mentioning, I was like, that almost made my top 20. That almost made my top 20. Oh, my God. Anyway, number 12, let's go down to Junior's Farm. I love Junior's Farm. How fun is that? And, just this rollicking great beat. And Jimmy McCullough's debut with that. Great.
Blazing guitar solo on it. Take me down, Jimmy.
Take me down, Jimmy. I mean, what an incredible guitarist he was. And I mean, he just comes in blazing on this one. So always love Junior's Farm. So
Yeah.
Yep,
Excellent.
that's my pick.
We're getting some heavy hitters tonight, boy. We're getting
That's
the
right.
biggies.
All right, Ringo, let's hear it, buddy.
Number
12.
13 for me is Long Leather Coat from Off the Ground Era.
Whoa!
Oh,
One of Paul's best rockers, and it's probably the
Yeah,
best
man.
song for those sessions, in my opinion.
Absolutely, man. Oof.
it's definitely one of the better rockers from that from those
The
sessions.
one in that archive
Absolutely.
collection.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Keep dreaming,
That's cool,
kid.
man. He just
I don't
doesn't like
believe
the
it.
album. He don't like the album, so don't listen to him. It's a
No,
good. It's
Ringo.
good.
No, Ringo says he wants that CD, and I told him to keep dreaming.
Oh, this.
I want a 4 CD
Yeah.
version, nice big box, huge book.
Right.
It's coming, and Tom will
It'll
buy
happen.
it, and he'll really like it too.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Susan, your turn. 12,
Well,
I
how
think.
about, yeah, number 12. I love the ballads, so mine is Once Upon a Long Ago.
Wow, excellent.
I can see Andy likes that one too.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
Andy.
Now, Susan, which version of that song do you like? Do you like all versions? Because there's like a 4-minute single, then there's the maxi single version, which is about 6.5 minutes, which is a little longer. Which one do you prefer?
I like them all. I actually have a single on CD, and so I'm not sure which version that is, but I know
Probably
the
this
word
one.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have the album version too, or the
Right. Well, there was
maxi
right. Well,
version.
there was and that's probably the one that has the 6-minute version on there with the longer solo, the longer violin solo on it on the outro. But
yeah,
you can't.
the one I'm
you can't-
thinking.
Yeah.
The one I'm thinking about is a CD single version.
Yeah.
Susan,
Ooh.
I bet you've got a great collection that I would just love to see.
I have just about everything actually.
Wow.
Yeah, and I bought the stuff as it came out, so I've
Right.
got maxi singles on vinyl, and
Now,
let
me ask you a quick question, Susan. That song did not get released in the United States. So back in the '86 or '87, were you made aware that song was available to buy?
I guess I heard it. I've always listened to shortwave radio. I had a shortwave when I was a kid, and I used to listen to the World Service of the BBC, and they would play a lot of stuff. But I heard it from one means or another. I would buy things. There's no such thing as eBay. I'd buy things. There was a British website that sold stuff called Esprit, which I think it's called EIL now.
Yes.
But I got a lot of things from them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
About that time
Excellent.
frame.
Cool.
Okay. Very cool. Ed, number 12, buddy.
All right, number 12. Well, it's already been mentioned, so I don't know how much I can add to this, but with a little luck, yes, the full album version. That's just a given. Again, just soaring track, wonderful middle synth break. That's always been a favorite part of mine, just like with other folks. It's a whole mood, as they say. Just that, especially that middle synth part. Just give me the full version, no edited version at all. Just wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, the drums, kind of the drums underpinning the synth in the middle of the song. Amazing.
Excellent.
There have been times when I picked the needle up and just replayed that synth solo over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Tom.
It's the truth.
Live and Let Die.
Excellent.
Studio version.
Or single version. Excellent.
Single.
Now, did you see the movie when it first came out because of the song, or were you a Bond fan anyways?
No, I was too young to see that when it first came out, but I was watching when I was old enough in high school, I watched the other Bond movies, and eventually it was on TV, and I saw it on TV in
Gotcha.
Later years in the 80s.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, there you go. Show Vivian as well. There you go. Excellent.
Thumbs up.
All right. Andy, finish us out on number 12, please.
Staying with Red Rose Speedway, and we're going with the side one closer, the lovely Little Lamb Dragonfly.
Not surprised.
Yeah. Some more la-las for me, and it's beautifully You beautifully played guitar, a song that I think we've learned that Denny Sywell had a lot to do with as well now, working with it with the archive. I said he contributed a lot to that song. And, man, just a great song, great production, great strings on it. You know, a song, it's another great ballad, and a little bit of a longer one. But, man, yeah, the song just ends and floats off into nowhere. I love it. Love it.
Excellent. Nice pick, buddy. Nice pick. Okay, we're going to 11. We're getting close to the top 10. So 11 with me is the single that never was, that should have been. Maybe I'm amazed. I'm really surprised. Excuse me. That it was a single. It's just classic. A lot of people consider it the best solo song of his. Definitely consider it a top track that McCartney's ever written, whether you want to put it as a Beatle track or solo stuff. You know, one of the best all time. That the guitar solo really kicks from Paul. I just love it. And, you know, again, you really feel the love in his voice when he's singing that track for Linda. And he really means it. Maybe I'm amazed, number 11 for me. And excuse me while I take another one of these damn hauls. Queen, let's go to 11, please.
All right. Whoa. It's it's My Love. One of his best ballads. It's just beautiful, so heartfelt. You know, everything you were saying, Tom, that guitar solo, that iconic solo in the middle. I mean, that just, you know, it's you just can't beat it. And, you know, it's just I think one of Paul's finest vocal performances. And it just never gets old for me. I just still love listening to it to this day.
Excellent. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Ringo.
My number 11 is So Bad from Pipes of Peace. It's definitely just one of his best ballads. You know, Ringo just has that complete drum. It's just on the time.
Yep. Got the whole Beatle thing going on in that song. Yep.
Yes. Excellent. Good pick, buddy. Yes. Susan.
Mine is Mull of Kintyre.
Oh.
I just love the bagpipes. I've always loved bagpipes. So,
okay.
And I'm not Scottish, but I still love them.
That's great.
What do you think of the Glenn Campbell version?
Yeah, I like that one too. I think he does a great job.
And he plays the bagpipes. He won up
Does
McCartney.
he really?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
McCartney on that. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I did
think
not
he's even
know
done
that.
it live. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. Ed, go ahead, buddy.
All right, number 11 for me. Well, this has been brought up before, but Back on My Feet. You know, again, 1987 Elvis Costello and McCartney collaboration. It would have fit perfectly as a new track on at least the U.S. version of All the Best, and a top 10 hit that should have been, bar none. Just completely, it hits a lot of the right notes. So
absolutely,
I'm absolutely surprised that that they didn't include it on All the Best.
Okay, cool. Tom?
Paul and Ringo from Flaming Pie and Beautiful Night.
Excellent.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Tony, you want to give us your number 11?
My number 11 is Tug of War, the title track.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, Andy, close us out on number 11.
Great
Buddy.
anti-war song.
Number 11 for me, going to Ram, and I'm going with Dear Boy.
Wow.
Going with Dear Boy.
Oh.
Purely for the again, the production on that, the vocal work, the harmonies, there's so much. That is such a massive workout in terms of vocal exercises and everything on that. Very Beach Boyish, that track. Again, we forget about what it means, whoever, it just is a great song. Everything about that song, a little bit of it's a high praise for a deeper cut on Ram for sure, but absolutely love Dear Boy, and how it ends with the falsetto, again, which he does so well with so many of his songs, either falsetto or rocking out, and that's just a great song with that one.
Beautiful harmonies.
Yes,
Yeah.
beautiful, absolute gorgeous harmonies.
Mm.
Linda's doing the
Gorgeous
love
song.
was there bit, just great. And it's funny that because I just now thought I wonder what was Linda's take on that track as Paul's writing that, and and he's describing, well, this is this. I won. Your ex had his chance, but he
Yeah,
lost you.
really.
So this was kind of like almost like a cocky tune,
Yeah.
It's Paul's
Mhm.
celebration, if you will. For winning Linda's heart. But okay, guys, top 10, guys and ladies, top 10. Here we go. Let's go try to move this along a little bit quicker now.
Yes.
Speed. Number 10 has been said a couple times already. Beautiful Night. I think it should have been the album closer on Flaming Pie, but whatever it is. Great Day is a great track. Don't get me wrong. But yes, the Ringo connection. Obviously, George Martin is there. I love that Paul, worked, held on to the song a little bit and then brought it back, dusted the cobwebs off, worked on it a little bit more. Ringo's contribution to this track is just phenomenal. I just don't think this song would have been as great as it is without Ringo's contributions. He really was a big part of this song, in my opinion. So my number 10 is Beautiful Night. Queen, kick us off with your top 10.
Okay, number 10, take it away.
Good
One of my all-time favorites, the bass line, those gorgeous lush harmonies, that George Martin production. How can you go wrong?
Can't.
Excellent. Love it.
Absolutely.
Ringo.
Number 10, going back to Pipes of Peace, Keep Undercover. Just
Oh, I
great
love
rock.
it. I love it. Keep Undercover
ahead
is in
rock.
somebody's top 10. I love it.
And that might only be from someone his age, because he's going
Right.
back and listening
Yep.
to all this stuff.
I love
fresh ears. Even someone like me and Kit and I, we discovered it in the 80s. Here's
Yes.
someone that's discovered it like what, 4 or 5 years ago, Lucas?
Yeah.
I mean, I started listening to it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
When people call it 2 years ago. There's some more
Wow.
interesting books on my top 10 list.
Oh, I'm
Excellent.
sure. I can't wait to hear it.
Susan, let's go, girl.
From Ram, Monkberry Moon Delight.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
That's Screaming Paul at his best.
Yes, it certainly is. Piano up his nose.
I love it. Okay, Ed, number 10.
Well, already mentioned, but take it away. A deserved top 10 hit, complemented by a very memorable video with Linda, Ringo, and George Martin. As a kid, getting to see it on MTV, fellow Gen X here, getting to see it in real time.
Yep.
Always stuck in my head, both the video and the song. Amazing.
Great.
Pure pop.
Yes. Tom, number 10 for you, buddy.
Just tell me to press.
Wow.
Love
Hey.
that song. And the first
Kids
time I heard
happy.
it, every time that video came on MTV, I had to watch it. I just love that video.
It's the best. It's such a great
It
video.
makes the song even better.
It makes the song even better. Agreed. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Great pick there, Tom Brennan.
Great. Tony, number 10 for you, buddy.
My 10, Mull of Kintyre.
Ah, classic.
Classic.
Excellent.
Very catchy song.
Love that.
I love the lyrics. It's so catchy. I wanna go wherever that is. Mull of Kintyre. I don't know where it is, but I want to go there.
It's the mole. It's the mole.
It's the mole. It's the mole, man.
All right, Andy, end the top 10 for us, buddy.
Top 10 for me, going with the Broad Street version of Wanderlust. We've heard Wanderlust mentioned a few times tonight, the Tug of War version, but the Broad Street version, I'm going with Kit, our queen. I'm going with the Broad Street version, mainly because we get to see Paul with Ringo and George Martin, and it's basically the Beatles, kind of, that whole vibe. And
Right.
love the Broad Street version just a little bit more than the Tug of War version, ever so slightly. Counter melody at its best.
All right. All right, here we go. Number 9 for me is So Bad. I think someone else has said it already.
Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo. Again, getting to see it real time, sitting there at the table with my grandma and grandpa, explaining to me, who these people were, and telling me about my uncle who became, the person that coached me into this Beatles world. Teenage years, because he was a big Beatles fanatic, and he was serving in the Air Force at the time. So it was just amazing moment, especially the video, watching, Ringo and Paul go at it. I love Ringo's facial features, during the video. It was just great. And I just love the moment when they're looking up. So I think that's a time when a video kind of enhances the song a little bit sometimes. But I love the Boy I Love Yous and stuff like Girl I Love You and stuff like that. I think it's all great. Paul's falsetto is wonderful, and So Bad has always been a favorite of mine. So number 9 for me is So Bad. And Kit.
Great pick, Tom. That's almost made my list too. Number 9, No More Lonely Nights. I've always loved it. It's kind of a sentimental. Yeah, I thought you'd like that, Ed. Always, favorite of mine. I mean, I remember it so fondly when it came out. I have the single, bought it when it came out. Love that guitar from David Gilmour.
Yes.
I love it. How it starts, kind of quiet and then builds to a crescendo. Just a great single. Always enjoyed it. Never gets old for me.
Excellent. Ringo.
Number 9, Friends to Go from Chaos.
Wow.
I actually was in a call with Tom like 3 months ago. I told him I'd never listen to Chaos. And now, like, multiple songs from it are in my top 50.
Wow.
So it's a great record, great song.
It is a great record. Absolutely.
Great album.
Susan?
My number 9 is Little Willow. I have quite a few from Flaming Pie actually in my top 10, and I love the sentiment behind it and the reason he wrote it. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, very moving. Absolutely. And and that's a song that you could, use for anybody too. I mean, we know now who he wrote it for, but I mean, it could be for anyone really. That's the great thing about that song. It's not like he's saying Maureen in the song. It's
great song of comfort.
Yes, thank you. Perfect. Yes. Ed, number 9.
Number 9 is No Values. I've taken up my place in high society and a personal friend of Messrs. Rolls and Royce. So just love the background behind it, being kind of like a Stones Dream inspired rocker. It's always been one of my faves.
Cool. Tom, number 9?
Number 9 is my favorite track off London Town, and that's one of the best Jimmy McCulloch guitar solos. And that's Cafe on the Left Bank.
Yes! I love it. Excellent. Yeah, that guitar solo was just ripping. Love that. Nice pick, Tom. Tony, number 9.
Chaos is my favorite album ever, and my number 9 is How Kind of You.
Excellent.
Nice track.
Nice pick.
Lofty praise indeed.
Amazing song. Yeah.
Cool.
Great lyrics.
Excellent.
I think it's about she who must not be named. I'm not sure.
You never know.
And it's
maybe
so relatable for anybody who's had somebody.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, very relatable. Just like the song that Susan was talking about, Little Willow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy, number 9.
All right, Tom, you said it a few songs ago. Again, do not get tired of it. Saw him play it live for the first time in 2012, and that's 1985 from Band on the Run. I think that's the only song so far we've matched up, I think, in the top 20. I think, man, don't get tired of it. Do you like the guitar stuff? I like the piano riff on it more, and the organ.
Yeah, that's right.
I enjoy the whole thing, but the riff is just catchy as hell on that song.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Right from the absolute beginning.
Right
so
on.
1985 at number 9.
Excellent. Okay, we're going number 8. My 8's Speed Along the Highway, Honey, I Want It My Way. Backseat of my car is my number 8. This song could have gone on for another 10 minutes. I know people give Macca a hard time about, not knowing when to end the song from time to time. This one goes over, I think, the 6-minute mark, if I remember correctly. It could have gone on another 6 minutes. I'm
No,
fine
it's only
with
about
that.
4. It's only about 4 and change.
Well, whatever. I mean, it still goes on. It seems like it's going on forever with
It
all
does.
the different endings.
Oh, yeah.
But I love it. I mean, I could have had another 10 endings. It's like the Lord of the Rings ending. It just kept on going.
And yeah, you didn't
Right.
know it was going to end. Right.
Right, exactly. So I have Backseat of My Car. Love his vocals in this one too, and all the harmonies, everything about this track is awesome. So number 8, Backseat of My Car. Kit.
Anybody who sees enough of Talk More Talk or my other shows knows I loves my R&B, so I love Arrow Through Me. That is a great track. It's kind of Paul doing a little Stevie Wonder, and I just have always adored it. That bass line, and as you mentioned earlier, Tom, Paul's falsetto on that is perfect. I have never grown tired of that song.
Excellent.
Never.
Ringo.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Kit.
My number 8 is the Playboy to a Man 1988 demo.
Wow.
That is rocking bass with Elvis Costello. It's the best interpretation of that song.
The Elvis Costello version is a bit fast. I don't know if you've heard
the
Elvis.
He also was kind of turning it into a bit of a joke, and this is just Paul rocking it.
Yeah. But, wow, that's great. Love it. Susan.
My number 8 is Mama's Little Girl. It's very simple and very sweet. I just love the way it's constructed. One of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm not going to sing it, but,
Going to give me
get
some
it.
time for the song.
Me neither.
Great guitar playing on it, too, and just a great ballad. And again,
Yes,
would not have been out of place on Wildlife or Red Rose Speedway.
No, exactly. Agreed. Still, we will remember Mama's Little Girl. Ed, 8.
All right, number 8, Dominoes. I think it's a modern day masterpiece from Egypt Station in 2018. It would have been a classic if it was released earlier in Paul's career. Strongest track on the album by far.
And that's a track I think it'd be considered a classic if it was one in the 70s too. It's just a really strong song in my opinion. So okay, Tom, number 8.
This one was mentioned earlier. Get on the Right Thing from Rose Speedway.
Like it.
I love it. Tony.
My number 8 is Same Love.
Aha.
One of his best ballads, I think. Gorgeous vocals. I love the piano. I think one of his best vocal performances ever. And I just discovered it a year ago on playing. And the piano is amazing. The high notes he hits in that song are amazing. It's just out of this world for me.
It is a great song, and it's featuring Nicky Hopkins on piano on that tune.
Absolutely. All right, Andy, close us out on number 8.
I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to Nashville, and I'm going with Junior for Junior's Farm for number 8. You've all both of you said it already. No need to kind of add to it. It rocks. It's Paul. It's great. It's a great example of a Paul rocker as there ever will be, and that's why it's in my top 10.
Okay. All right, get to 7 now. Imagine if the song was a clunker to kick off the American leg of the 76 tour. Would it have hurt the tour at all? Maybe not, but maybe people weren't as excited to see Paul live. Silly Little Songs is my 7, and I don't know why, if you guys can hear an echo from me or not.
Yeah, I'm hearing
it. And
from Tom?
Yeah.
I don't have an echo from Tom.
Okay. Well, anyway, Silly Love Songs is my number 7. I just think it's a perfect summer song, a perfect song to get excited for a concert tour. I mean, the summer tours, this is just perfect. Lyrically, it's not as best, but it's and this echo is really annoying me now.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
hearing
fine.
it. I'm
I
hearing
hear
it.
it.
Yeah.
I hear it. I hear it.
Anyways, so I'm gonna stop talking. Silly Love Songs is my number 7. Baseline is terrific. We all know that. Kit, go ahead.
Okay. No, oh, and I'm echoing too. So, number 7, Silly Love Songs, and same thing.
Hold on. Does somebody have YouTube on?
Yeah.
So somebody needs to X out of YouTube.
Yeah, make sure if anybody has something on,
Tony, can you X out of YouTube?
I don't have it on.
No.
Okay.
Neither.
All right.
No.
No, I'm gonna mute everybody just for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Just to see if we can kind of isolate this issue here while we stand by with these technical difficulties here.
Okay.
As your producer in house here tries to work on this. Tom's
right.
muted. Is it still there?
Okay. A little bit. It's still there. A little bit. Yeah.
Hold on. Let's mute Ed and Tom.
Okay.
I think it's Ed.
Yeah.
I think it's Ed because when I muted Ed, it got better.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have anything else on. No,
He doesn't have any
nothing-
tabs open.
Let me
Okay.
double check.
Forget it. I know this is turning into a train wreck, unfortunately.
Let me see if I can just mute.
Let
me unmute Kitty. I gotta unmute Kitty here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Queen.
All right. So, number 7 is Silly Love Songs for me, and Tom just put everything perfectly. So I'll just say one thing: horngasm.
Perfect. I mean, what more is there to say? All right, Ringo.
Number 7, originally a Flowers outtake, but I discovered it on this guy. Same with Tony. Same love.
Oh, same love.
Love that piano.
Awesome pick.
Excellent. Okay. You got to unmute Susan.
Yes, unmute Susan here. One sec there, Susan. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, Susan.
Okay, I'm back. My 7 is Maybe I'm Amazed. It's the McCartney version.
Okay. Excellent. Now, were you surprised it wasn't a single?
No, because they didn't always put out singles. If it was an album track, it was an album track.
Right.
Because
Okay. Very good.
the echo stopped.
Yeah, echo's gone.
Might be from either Tony or Andy now. Okay. Ed, go ahead, buddy. 7.
Okay, I've unmuted. Is there an echo or is it coming through clear?
Not at the moment.
No, you're fine.
Okay, well, then we'll go with it. Number, I just lost track for a second. I'm sorry, guys.
Number 7.
Thank you. All right, number 7. Here we go. My Brave Face, 1989 collaboration with Elvis Costello that should have been a top 10 U.S. hit. It really deserved a much better fate charts-wise than it did, and just a fantastic songwriting collaboration between the two.
Excellent pick. I love it. Tom.
Paul's first American #1 hit, Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey.
Bet.
Okay, I love it. Did you pick that one up when it first came out?
No,
You're
it's
still a
too
little
young
too
for
young.
that one.
You're still too young. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy my own McCartney records until after Venus and Mars came out. Like
Okay.
Speed of Sound, Wings Over America. That's when I started buying my own.
Gotcha. Okay. Tony, number 7.
You have to unmute him. Andy, you have to unmute him. Oh, got it.
One of the best
Go ahead, Tony.
winged rockers for me. Let Me Roll It. I love the hard energy on this song. I love the double meaning of the words. It could mean rolling your feelings or rolling a joint. And I love that this was a response to John Lennon. I love that. It's an aggressive rock song I can't get enough of. I love it. Let me roll it.
My heart is like a wheel. Andy.
Yeah. Awesome.
7, right?
Yes.
I'm going with okay, Ed should be very happy. I'm going with No More Lonely Nights for number 7. Okay, yeah, one of the all-time best. And again, I think I like these songs because I like the videos just as much, especially with the 80s songs. Press, No More Lonely Nights. The videos for these were just absolutely phenomenal. Great ballad, great melody. Won't go away till you tell me so. I mean, that's the shift in that, the melody in that. Oh my God, it's just like, again, I get a mega hit, but a mega hit that I do not get tired of. I know Tom loves this song. I know Ed obviously loves this song, but man, don't get tired of it one bit.
Okay, so that was your 7. We're going to 6. I'm starting off 6 with the tug of war version of Wanderlust. Again, we've talked about it. A couple people have already. Just the perfect piano ballad from Paul. Yes, and I love that it's about a drug bust. I think that's the best part of it. I dig it, and I loved when I learned the story and what it was really about. I was just like, yeah, that's so cool, and it is such a sweet, simple song too. And I love the endings where he goes to "I wonder what went wrong, my love," and then he's doing the vice versa, like the kind of like I've got a feeling with John. I really dig when he does that towards the end. Beautifully sung. I think Paul's in this period, I think this might be towards the end of his vocal peak, this 82, 83, 84 years. And I really just love the way he sings this song. So number 6 for me is Wanderlust. And we're going to the Queen next.
Excellent choice. Next one for me, 6, Let 'Em In. I just think this is such a fun song, really creative. Love the drum pattern to this. It just overall just very original. I know it's played a lot, but I just still think this is such an original pop song that only Paul could have written this. So I still love it.
Excellent. Ringo.
Number 6 for me is greatest concert opener of all time, Figure of 8. Great rocker from that Flowers time period.
Okay.
I think it should open the album.
Maybe. But that version, the live version.
That live version is great. That live tour is a great tour for him.
Right. Cool. All right, Susan.
For me, number 6 is Calico Skies. Paul really shines at acoustic type songs, and that's a beauty.
Yeah, if you got the lyrics book from Barnes and Noble, and you get the tote bag, and on the back it was written that I would love you from the moment I opened my eyes.
Yeah,
so
I
again,
saw that.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Yes. So Ed, go ahead, buddy.
All right. Well, my number 6 already been brought up, but Arrow Through Me. Again, I'm not sure I can add too much more to that, but just that synthesizer, the vocals, everything, spot on.
Excellent. Tom?
Maybe I'm Amazed studio version.
Excellent.
I got the vocal isolation track. Hearing that makes it even better.
Wow.
It's just amazing.
And that's something interesting because that would have been a great isolation vocal for a special feature on the McCartney archive collection. We got a lot of those isolated vocals from the Lennon box sets. And that's something that the McCartney camp really doesn't capitalize, and I think that would have been a great special feature on one of the bonus discs.
Paul
Tony,
had that on his website for a while, and then he took it down.
oh, did he? See, I didn't know that.
Monkberry
Okay.
Moon Delight also, you could
I see.
isolate the vocal, and then he
Right.
just took it away.
Right, was that part of like the Root Studio type thing?
Yeah, Root Studio mixing on his
Okay.
website.
Gotcha.
You could turn up the vocals and stuff on Band on the Run
Right.
tracks.
Yes. Tony, go ahead, buddy.
It's arrowed through me from Back to the Egg.
Wow.
I love his
Excellent.
vocals on that. He sounds like an R&B singer. I love the funky jazzy riff. Sounds like horns. The horns are amazing. I've gotten obsessed with it. It's got great relatable lyrics.
Great pick, buddy. All right. Andy,
love
finish this
Aerosmith.
off. Okay. Finish this off with 6.
With 6, okay, the extended cut version of Once Upon a Long Ago, the 6-minute version.
Yes.
Yes, the 6-minute version with thank you, Susan. The 6-minute version with the extended outro with the great violin playing by Nigel Kennedy. Again, love it. You know, majestic, almost like a Christmas song, really, when you think about it. It sounds like it could be very Christmassy. Once Upon a Long Ago, and again, absolutely a criminal that this did not get a United States release, and you had to get it as an expensive UK import, which I did back when I was a teenager, and I had to buy it with babysitting money, but I got it. Criminal, I'm glad there's a lot of love for it in this panel of group here, and obviously, you know, we know our McCartney, so it's nice to see that a lot of people have the same picks. So yeah, Once Upon a Long Ago, the extended cut.
All
At
right.
6.
Top 5. This is the no joke zone right here. This is the
This is
creme
it.
de la creme of Macca
This is it, man.
tracks.
This is it.
This is Here we go. Number 5 for me. The absolute best track off of Chaos and Creation. I think it's the best track of this century from McCartney, and that's Riding to Vanity Fair. Lyrically, I think it's just perfect track. I mean, obviously, we think we know who the track's about. I mean, he's not going to let us know, but I think all deep down we all know who the song's about. But lyrically, I think this is just just perfect. The definition of friendship ought to be showing support for the one that you love. Again, that could be this song could be pointed towards anyone, really, in anybody's life, so I just love this track and how each laughs it off, or the comments, it's just so moving, powerful, and it's stripped down again. It's not too big production-y or anything like that, and Nigel originally didn't like this song, and I like the fact that he fought for this one, and he got it on the album. A lot of respect for Paul for fighting to get this track on there, because I don't know where I would be without this track. So that's my number 5, Riding to Vanity Fair. So Kiddo 2, number 5 for you.
I love to crank this. I even had it as my ringtone for a brief time. Helen Wheels. I love Helen Wheels. And it should have been on both the British and American versions of Band on the Run. Just a great rocker. Love the drums on this. Just a fun rocker from Paul. I mean, it's just just Paul at his best, just rocking out. Again, love the production. I think underrated song from him.
Excellent. Ringo.
Number 5, Dear Boy. It's like a grown-up Pet Sounds outtake.
Excellent. Love that pick.
Yes.
I love that you love that song. Susan.
Well, everything in my top 5 people have mentioned tonight, but my number 5 is Beautiful Night. I like Paul, and I particularly love that Ringo's on the end.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Ed.
All right, number 5. Here we go. Junior's Farm. I don't know what else I can add to it. It's just that blistering solo, sends it into the stratosphere, the vocals, everything. grabs you by the lapels, does not let go. I've enjoyed it for a long time now.
Great. Tom?
Same pick as Ed, Junior's Farm. Number 5.
Excellent. Tony?
Band on the Run, the title track.
Okay.
It's a mini rock opera for me. I love every part of it, especially the horns. And I love the lyrics.
Okay. Perfect. Andy?
Sorry, I muted myself to get rid of that echo. So we got 6, right?
Yep.
No, 5. No, 5?
5.
5. Smiles in the sunshine and tears in the rain. Mull of Kintyre. Yeah. The Bagpipes, again, one of those songs that you could just imagine to at a party, holiday, Christmas time. Everybody's having a grand old time with that song when it's on. And that's one of those, and it's really sentimental. I love when he does play it live, because he does play it live so sparingly these days, and not in this country, by the way, in Canada or the UK. So any live version of that, especially that Glasgow version from '79, is just tremendous. Hearing it in a live setting with the audience is incredible. So Mull of Kintyre easily is the top end of the bottom top 5 for me.
Excellent. All right, number 4, going to Wildlife. My favorite thing that Paul and Linda duetted together. It's just so special to me. That some people never know. I think it's the best track on Wildlife. I know Linda gets crap for her singing, but I think she does a fine job with this track, and I just love Paul's vocals on this track as well. And the word lyrically, again, it's a silly love song, but they all are, really. I mean, all these love songs that we like from everyone are silly in a way, right? So the very movie. I love the acoustic feel. I love the. It's kind of like a ripoff. If you listen to the Chicago song "Beginnings," and then at the end of it, you get the sticks and you get the the playfulness of the band. You get the kind of the same thing at the end of Some People Never Know. I don't know if they're kind of like paying homage to that, but it's fun. It's a fun track. Now this one's over 6 minutes. Maybe it could be a little too long, but I love it, and I'll continue to love it for the rest of my life. So number 4, Some People Never Know, for me. Queen.
Number 4, Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. Just what a beautifully eccentric track, and of course was a huge hit for him. It still sounds so unusual today, and I quote from it to this day. It's just absolutely delightful, and it's like a play when you hear it. I mean, it's like a play unfolding, and I just love it.
Excellent. Okay, Ringo.
Number 4 for me is Back on My Feet. It's his best B-side.
Nice job there, Ringo Rama.
Susan, I can't wait to hear number 4 from you.
Well, number 4, I don't care if it's a drug bust or not, Wanderlust. I just love the counter melody. It's beautiful.
Right. Perfect. Ed.
All right, number 4. Will be a little bit left curve for some folks here, but The World Tonight off of Flaming Pie.
Wow.
Kind of a dark little undercurrent. Saw them sitting in the middle of a circle. I was praying that the ground would swallow me. Those lyrics have always stood out. I go back so far. I'm in front of me. Again. Yeah, just just the singing, the piano, the everything about that. It's one that's really stuck with me since first hearing Flaming Pie, first hearing the promos, and everything. Just great track.
Excellent. Great. Tom?
My Brave Face. I love Chris Whitten's drumming on that, and then Elvis Costello's lyrics are excellent.
Great pick. Very,
really
very,
improves
very good pick.
Paul's part of the song.
I agree, and it's a shame it wasn't a bigger hit here in the States. Um, you know, we're gonna keep saying that until the end of time because it should have been a better hit. Tony, number 4, buddy.
Going back to Ram for Dear Boy.
Wow.
I think it should have been a single. I think it's a perfect pop song that's not too long and totally concise. And I love the vocals in it. Love the background vocals. It does sound like a Beach Boys song with those background harmonies. And I never thought it was about John. Never. Because that wouldn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if you didn't know, I mean, it might have been.
Yeah.
I could see how people did think it was about John.
I mean, I guess you never knew, Dear Boy, what you had, what you found, or yeah. I mean, I guess maybe. All right, Andy, end us off,
There's
buddy.
a
At
sheet
number
in my
4.
lyrics, though. It's a sheet.
Yeah, true. Well,
Yeah.
it's it's time it's made this appearance in my top 101, and it's here, and that is the medley from Red Rose Speedway, and it is number 4. I absolutely adore it, and the followers of Two Legs know that I love the medley from Red Rose Speedway. I have for a very long time. Hold Me Tight, Lazy Dynamite, Hands of Love, and Power Cut. Basically, just all of those themes coming back again. That's a true medley. Okay, you hear in Power Cut, you hear all 3 of those other songs looped in again at the end. I don't care what you say, Tom. It is great. I don't give a crap if you don't like it. It is awesome. It is awesome. It is fantastic. The guitar work on Lazy Dynamite alone, the screaming vocals on it, everything about it. The mood changes. Opens with Hold Me Tight, great piano ballad. Heavy rocker, every kind of long, like Lazy Dynamite, into a nice acoustic kind of thing with Hands of Love, and then tying it all together with Power Cut, with all the themes that take you out for 11 minutes. It is freaking phenomenal. I've listened to this album since I was 13 years old when I bought it in the 1990s, and I have still, at the age of 40, I still do not get tired of it. Still. Thank you, Brad. So the medley is number 4 for me, and that is where it is.
That's where it's at. Okay, I love it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's okay.
Anyways, all right. Top 3. No joke. Number 3 for me, this is where I put No More Lonely Nights. Again, flawless track. Again, why wasn't this number 1? I know it was closer to number 1 in the UK than it was here, but still, great track. The guitar solo from our buddy Gilmore is just killer. His vocals are phenomenal. Lyrics are great. Production. This is just a perfect song, in my opinion. The perfect ballad. Power ballad, if you will. So this is great track. Number 3 for me, No More Lonely Nights. And Queen, let's go.
All right. Farrell McNulty, I see you in the comments. We're of like minds. Jet. I love Jet. And I think it's one, other than Rock Show, it's one of the great concert openers. I mean, he usually does second, not always, but the second song. I mean, what a rocker. It's just, the lyrics don't make a lot of sense, but that's okay. It's just still, it's just him at his rocking best from, of course, an absolutely incredible album. Every time he launches into this in concert, I'm right. I'm on my feet. I just love Jet.
Great pick. Love it. Ringo.
Number 3 for me is Riding to Vanity Fair. Best song of the 2000s, best song of the century. It's just, you get such an insight into his mind.
Yeah, and he doesn't usually write songs like that, and I wish he would get a little more personal. Susan, number 3.
My number 3 is 1985. That's a great way to end a perfect album.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Ed.
Same. 1985. Matching on this one. Great album closer, piano, everything. It's got a lot of amazing ingredients firing on just about all cylinders.
Excellent. Tom?
My number 3 is Beware My Love.
Wow.
One of my favorite parts of the song is Linda's singing on the first verse. I think it's one of her best vocal performances.
Gotcha. Now, was that the live or the
Studio?
Yeah. See, we were talking about that a couple of weeks ago about the openings to it, and you just prefer the straight going into the rocker of that, right? So you have the live, and I had the studio.
Yep.
Okay, Tony, number 3.
I have the poster of the single behind me on my wall, and it's Another Day from '71. I think it's a perfect story song about a young woman facing boredom, and Paul, with those lyrics, really paints you a story of that woman in just 2.5 minutes or so, and it's just brilliant vocals, brilliant lyrics. I think they put a story in your head. It's like a little movie. It's just, it's my number 3. It's brilliant. I love Another Day, and it's a great feminist song.
I like that. Right, it's great, Tony. Appreciate that. Andy, end us on number 3, buddy.
Okay, number 3. We're going with the opening track of the 1978 album London Town.
Wow.
Which, that is, it's a deeper cut. It's one that's always been very close to me. It sets the mood for the entire album, which I hold my heart very dearly. I just love it. It just sets the whole vibe for the whole album. Paul talking about ordinary people, which is so evident in all of his songwriting, where he just talks about meeting an ordinary people and everything else like that. And then it kind of changes. It has a little bit of a rocking end to it, where they rock out a little bit, but just the entire vibe of that song, London Town, someone somewhere has to know. And you hear Paul, Linda, and Denny on that. God, it's like, I could listen to that over and over again. And it's incredible. From the open again, the song's opening and closing a very similar way, which I love. I love when he does that. And London Town, again, probably a little bit of an oddball pick for the top 3, but it has been one of my favorites forever. And again, don't get tired of it at all.
Fair enough. I want to give a shout out to our buddy Joe, Mr. Mayo, who popped in there and made a few comments. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for showing up. Okay, so that was number 3.
Hope you liked the book, Joe.
Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Take it away. Again, another perfect pop song from Paul vocals. The story. We talked about this before. Is it kind of like the Beatles story? And it's great that Ringo's there, George Martin, and Linda, and then obviously Eric Stewart as well. I love that the Oz there at the end, kind of like what Eric did for 10cc's I'm Not in Love track. It's just, again, a perfect pop song. Nice number 10 hit. I would have liked to have seen it gone a little bit higher, but you know what? Music was changing then, and I'm kind of actually surprised that this song did as well as it did. I don't know what you think about that, Kit. But yeah, I mean, it's great where it was. So Take It Away is my number 2. And Kit?
Yeah, I agree. I think it is kind of surprising when you look back, because it didn't sound like, what was going on at that time. It was a little bit of a throwback. So I think you're right. I agree. Number 2 was struggled a little bit to include this because there's a bit of a fatigue factor here, but Band on the Run. I mean, I can't deny. Yeah, I can't deny. I mean, that's a masterpiece right there. I mean, it's like a play. I mean, I think Tony, you were mentioned earlier. It's like a rock opera. I mean, really, it is. And so while there, a little bit of fatigue there, had to put it at number 2. It's a classic.
Great, Ringo.
Number 2, this might be a curveball, but it's got some great sentimental value. Sea Moon.
Okay.
Wow.
It's just a lot of sentimental value associated with it. just the perfect pop. It's nice pop reggae. It's hilarious.
Are you a reggae fan?
No, just
No.
seem.
See, I'm not either, but I still enjoy the track, you know, because I think I had this like around
Still
the
does it.
101.
Every
whenever-
soundtrack.
Yeah, true. All right, Suze.
Well, it's so great it overcomes the fatigue factor, like Kit says, Band on the Run.
All right.
I love the 3 parts of the song. He just puts it together so well.
All right. Perfect. Ed.
All right. Well, my number 2, Maybe I'm Amazed. Again, the version off of that we all know off of McCartney. Just a solo high watermark. Again, one of the many odes to Linda that Paul wrote, and just really amazing song, amazing vocals. Nearly perfect in my view.
Agreed. 100%. Tom.
My top 2 songs I could listen to on repeat all day long. So my number 2 is going to be Only Love Remains, the album
wow.
version.
Beautiful. Good one.
Wow.
I don't like the single mix. I don't like the saxophones.
Yeah.
I just like Paul with piano and strings. That's all you need. Perfect.
Agreed. I thought Paul McCartney and saxophones in the 80s was like oil and water.
Yeah. It didn't really work a whole lot, but sometimes it did.
It worked on Once Upon a Long Ago.
And
Right.
well, maybe. But I am
I
an
like it
80s
with the
sax
sax.
guy. I'm an 80s sax guy in so many
I like it
you
that
know,
way.
Heat is On, Careless Whisper, you name it. I mean, I just love sax in 80s songs. But I just think Paul just, for whatever reason, it just didn't work with him. But, you know, to each their own. Tony, number 2, buddy.
Ed already said it. Maybe I'm Amazed. My favorite Paul love song. He wrote it for Linda, who got him through his depression when the band broke up. And I love the way it begins. I love the guitar solo. I love the lyrics. His vocals are incredible. It's my favorite love song by Paul. It's amazing.
That opening piano lick I think is beautiful. Just sets the tone for the song. Andy, number 2, buddy.
2, staying with the same album, and most of you have all said this tonight, and I'm going with the full-length album version of With a Little Luck as my number as my number 2. As somebody who's heavily into synths and prog rock, I absolutely love the synth work on that album, especially With a Little Luck in particular. It's everything about it is just I put you. Tom said it puts you in the right mood, puts a smile on your face, checks all those boxes, and again. When you listen to the edited version, it's like somebody chopped your arm off. You're like, well, where's the song? That's not the real song. And the fact that he actually put on Wingspan, the edited version, that's criminal. That should not.
But you got it on Wings Greatest though, which is great.
Yeah, you got it on Wings Greatest is great. But the full length version of that With a Little Luck is God. It's everything that you've all said it is, and it's a song. Sadly, that we've not heard done live, and I don't think we ever will.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But he is going to play live again. He is going to play live again, Tom. So yeah,
we'll see. The verdict is not out yet.
That's a little bet we have going on.
Right. Okay, so that's our 2s. Here we go. Our number 1s. Okay, so before you guys give your number 1s, just right up before, just say if you knew automatically going into that this was going to be your number 1. For me, this has been my number 1 favorite McCartney song probably since I'd say maybe early 90s when I started digging into McCartney's solo career. Unfortunately, no, I shouldn't know because I had the full length version, but my number 1 is Junior's Farm. It has been for, like I said, since the early 90s. I think it's his best rocker of all time. The Jimmy solo is perfect. I even like Jess Britton's drum on this. I think that's great as well. The silly kind of nonsense lyrics, I think just give it some more charm to the song. It's again, I think just a a hard-nosed rocker from Paul, and I got to see him live this last time around. Unfortunately, the edited version. Oh well, but at least I got to see him do it live, and just for the guitar bits alone, I think this song is just so awesome. And Junior's Farm is number one and has been for a long time. So, Kit, what's your number
Well,
one? Well, before how long did you know this was going to be your number one?
you know what? It was interesting when I made out my list, and I just like, okay, I'm just gonna write them down and not worry about the rankings right away. It was interesting. Then when I went back and decided on the rankings, I'm like, wow, this, I'm not changing number one. I think I nailed it right away. So it was interesting that I think. I decided pretty much right off the bat. And of course, I'm talking about, Magneto and Titanium Man. Wait a minute.
Yes!
Now, wait a minute. Hey, did you hack into my iPad or something? Wait a minute.
Okay.
I had to do it. All right, number one is Maybe I'm Amazed. I mean, it was hard not to do it. It's, I have to admit, slight fatigue factor, but it just is such a incredible love song, so heartfelt, and and the live version. I want to add that it's the live version that I really love. It's the one I fell in love with first. I just love his vocals on that. It's just so passionate. I'll just say, if a man wrote and sang that for me, I would turn into a pile of goo. I mean, come on, that is one of the greatest love songs ever written. So that's his masterpiece, number one. Maybe I'm Amazed.
Excellent. Nice number one. And we got that damn echo back, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'll mute myself.
All right. Okay, there we go. It's gone. Ringo Rama was your number one. Always your number one.
Venus Love Me Do. Actually, it's Little Lamb Dragonfly. That song is just amazing.
Wait, what was it again?
Little Lamb Dragonfly.
That's your number one.
I didn't think that much of it until I just kept listening to it. It just builds just so great.
Excellent. Okay. Susan, how long was your number one your number one?
My number one was my number one since 1971.
Oh, wow.
So I knew going in that it would be my number one, and it's The Backseat of My Car from the album Ram. I just love it.
Excellent. I love that. Thank you. Ed, how long was your number one your number one?
Since pretty much really since 1984, seeing the video on MTV, it's stuck with me for a very, very long time. Pinnacle of Paul's songwriting, No More Lonely Nights. It hits every single mark. I think it's a song that's going to continue to stand the test of time, in my opinion. It should have gone number one. I will put it among the top songs Paul has ever done in his entire career. Counting everything.
Right. Excellent. It was my number three. So yeah, great. Tom.
Mine has always been my number one. This record was one that I picked up from my sister's record collection. And because the A side was played on the radio so much, I decided to flip it over. And I've loved it ever since. And that's The Mess.
The Mess is your number one. Oh,
it's my sister's record. That's the original. Yeah, I just love the tempo changes.
Right.
How it rocks, and it's just perfect. Perfect performance.
Wow. I'm stunned. But in a way, I love The Mess. So I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear some love for The Mess. Tony, what's your number one, and how long has it been your number one?
It's been number one for at least 9 years, maybe 10 years, maybe a lot more. It's a song that changed my life and picks me up when I'm feeling down. Whenever I think of it, and it's Too Much Rain from Chaos.
Great song.
Yes.
Those lyrics changed my life, got me to think positively, even in times of great stress and depression. And all I gotta do is think of it, and immediately I laugh when I'm crying. I sigh and brush away sorrow, as the lyrics say. And it's just the greatest song to pick me up any time of the day.
Great
That's
pick.
great. That's great. Awesome, Tony. Thank you. Andy, how long has your number one been your number one, buddy?
Not long, because the top 5 I juggled around 500 different combinations of how I wanted it to do it. So I really didn't know, because 5 could have been 1 and 2 could have been 3. And so it hasn't been number 1 long, because any one of these 5 could have been 1. So I kind of just had to just throw them up in the air and see where they fall, because I love them all equally the same. But there has to be a number 1. And I think if I thought seriously enough about it and McCartney's career, it's a great song, and it was also somebody else's number 1. I'm also proud to share. My number 1 song is "The Backseat of My Car" from Ram.
Hey.
That Susan had. Susan had it too. It's McCartney at his Abbey Road best, throwing lots of different songs. There's still different things going on in there. You think the song is over, as Tom mentioned it in his analysis of it, and then it goes back again, then it ends. And then out of nowhere, it just these drums come in and they start screaming, and the song just fades out. But before that, you've got this great kind of piano ballad that goes back to the Let It Be days, as we're going to find out when the documentary comes out and everything comes out. We're going to, it goes back to those days. Great kind of just song, piano ballad. We were only hiding, and everything about that. And just the production of it, the horns, everything builds up, and the whole "we would believe that we can't be wrong," which was probably another dig at John and Yoko, because John thought it was. And there's actually a clip of John. There's a clip of John actually singing that line, going, "Oh, we believe that we can't be wrong." Well, what are we talking about? So, but forget about the context of the lyrics. There's the singing of it, and the production, and the horns, everything about it, and then the whole no, the screaming of the no, that is just phenomenal. No, and that big scream at the end. Oh man, everything it is. That is 4.5 minutes of McCartney's everything in it. You get it, kind of like Uncle Albert, as Kid pointed out a little bit. Very much like Uncle Albert. So much going into those songs that there's. I like Band on the Run, like you guys have also said. So, yeah, Backseat of My Car from Ram is my number 1 of the 101.
Wow. Great. Hey, I love everybody's number 1s. Thank you all for participating in this from the beginning. Tom, Tony, Ed, Susan. I think even Ring. You, Lucas, you were joining us from the beginning as well, and everybody else out there that was joining us from the beginning, joining us and doing your number 1s. I thought that was just great. I really appreciate it. More people participate than I thought would do this. I mean, because to take on this, 101 of your favorite McCartney songs, it is a challenge. I won't lie. And there was some moments where I thought, why am I doing this?
Thanks, Tom.
But I thought it would be fun, and I kind of was hoping that people would join in on this, and I guess I wasn't wrong, so to believe that I wasn't wrong was good. But anyways, I want to thank you all for joining us on this. It was a lot of fun. Sorry for the technical issues.
Thank you.
I mean, it's live. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you were able to figure it out, Sue. One of these days, you're gonna have to show us your collection, because I'm just sure it's it's a mile long, and
I have so many LPs and maxi singles. I've got I don't know how many cubicles.
Right.
Send us
probably
photos.
12.
Yes,
I mean, I just have a ton.
Wow.
Yeah, message us some photos sometime if you can. Some I'm sure there's some great stuff there. Tony, Tom, Ringo, Ed, Susan, Dylan, who tried to had some technical difficulties. I appreciate you trying to get in here. I had another friend, Beans, who was going to join us, but unfortunately he had a family tragedy, so he wasn't able to join us. And I'm thinking about you, Beans, and I hope everything is okay. Everybody out there, we're gonna sign off. I am gonna start digging through this sucker here.
We're gonna start digging through the lyrics, baby.
Right.
So,
and if
Tom,
you're joining us now, please check out our past video where we unboxed this and we talked about how you could win a copy of Paul McCartney's The Lyrics. So please go back and watch that and participate in that contest, and maybe you might be the winner. It is only for people in the U.S. though, so I'm glad Kit got hers. Susan, you said you're getting it, or you haven't gotten it yet?
I'll get it.
Okay.
No, I haven't gotten it, but I will be.
Excellent. Tom's got his. Ed, are you waiting?
Maybe waiting off a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Cool.
We will be spending the next days diving into this, and we just previewed it tonight. And man, it looks tremendous. It looks tremendous. I cannot wait.
It looks beautiful.
It really is.
As say, it's a whopper. It's a banger. I mean, it's so many different. So many
for $60. This isn't really bad. This wasn't a bad. Wasn't it originally over $100 initially?
Yeah, the list price says 100.
Yeah. And then it dropped.
Right.
So that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thanks again. We're gonna get out of here. I mean, this one a little long.
This was a little marathon.
This was a little bit of a marathon, but thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody out there, as always, peace and love. Have a great day, beautiful night, all that stuff, and we'll be back live soon. So take care, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.